Gathas in Praise of Amida Buddha, composed by Dharma Master Tanluan. Namo Amida Butsu. The immeasurable life is meant by the name. Here the Buddha is praised according to the larger sutra. Another name of the Buddha is peaceful bliss. 1. In a land to the west, far from this world, located more than 100 quadrillion lands away, there dwells a Buddha, a world-honored one called Amida, in whom I take refuge and bow in homage, aspiring to be born there. 2. 10 kalpas have passed since Amida realized Buddhahood. His life exceeds all measure. The Dharma body's wheel of light shines universally on the blind and ignorant of the world. Therefore, I prostrate myself at the feet of the Buddha. 3. The light of wisdom exceeds all measure. Therefore, we also call the Buddha immeasurable light. Every finite living being receives this illumination that is like the dawn. Thus I bow my head to Amida, the true and real light. 4. The liberating wheel of light is without bound, and so we call the Buddha boundless light. Each person it touches is freed from attachments to being and non-being. Therefore I bow my head to Amida, the enlightenment of non-discrimination. 5. The cloud of light is unhindered, like open sky. Therefore we call the Buddha unhindered light. Every being with hindrances is nurtured by this light. Thus I prostrate myself at the feet of Amida, the one beyond conception. 6. The light of purity is beyond compare. Therefore we call the Buddha unequaled light. All those who encounter this light are freed of karmic bonds. Thus I bow my head to Amida, the ultimate shelter. 7. The Buddha's light is supreme in radiance. Therefore we call the Buddha Lord of blazing light. It dispels the darkness of the 3 courses of affliction. Thus I prostrate myself at the feet of Amida, the great one worthy of offering. 8. The radiance of enlightenment, its brilliance transcends all limits. Therefore we call the Buddha light of purity. Once illuminated by this light, we are freed of karmic hindrances and attain emancipation. Thus I prostrate myself at the feet of Amida. 9. The light of compassion illuminates us from afar, bestowing peace and bliss. Therefore we call the Buddha light of joy. Those beings it reaches attain the joy of Dharma. Thus I bow my head and prostrate myself at the feet of Amida, the great consolation. 10. The Buddha's light well dispels the darkness of ignorance. Therefore we call the Buddha light of wisdom. All the Buddhas and sages of the 3 vehicles together offer their praise. Thus I bow my head to Amida. 11. The light shines everywhere ceaselessly. Therefore we call the Buddha uninterrupted light. Hearing this power of light, the mindfulness of beings is enduring, and they attain birth. Thus I prostrate myself at the feet of Amida. 12. The Buddha's light cannot be fathomed except by other Buddhas. Therefore we call the Buddha inconceivable light. The Buddhas in the 10 quarters praise the attainment of birth in the Pure Land and extol Amida's virtue. Thus I bow my head to Amida. 13. The majestic light, transcending form, is beyond description. Therefore we call the Buddha inexpressible light. Since the Buddha vowed to attain enlightenment with his light being the cause of awakening, it shines magnificently. Thus all the Buddhas praise the light, and I prostrate myself at the feet of Amida. 14. The light is more luminous than the sun and moon. Therefore we call the Buddha light that surpasses the sun and moon. Even Shakyamuni's praise cannot exhaust its virtues. Thus I bow my head to Amida, the one without equal.